The Honourable Member for Calgary-Montrose, followed by the Honourable Member for Edmonton Centre.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, child sexual abuse is an issue that causes great harm and suffering. Victims are forever left with a void in their innocence. Mr. Speaker, my questions are to the Minister of Children and Youth Services. Minister, government must use its voice to help those without a voice and to help prevent child sexual abuse. Will the Minister of Children's Services commit to establishing a time-specific, cross-ministry, stakeholder-engaged plan to end child sexual abuse in Alberta?
The Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. The member raises an issue that is critically important, and it is one of the very reasons why this ministry exists, and that's to protect our children and youth from harm and to keep them safe. Now, as the member said, there's no greater breach of trust, Mr. Speaker, than when someone that is known to a child interferes with them sexually or causes them harm through any other type of violence. We do work with 9 cross ministries, Mr. Speaker, and I can assure you we will continue to do so on prevention, on intervention, assessment, and protection.
The Honourable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Since child sexual abuse is an issue many communities are very reluctant to discuss, what can the minister do to help break the veil of silence and prevent child sexual abuse?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, that is true. We've experienced that as well because child sexual abuse is a difficult subject to discuss. But it is still critically important to have that discussion with communities and focus on prevention. We do work closely with our stakeholders, with our community organizations. For example, we have 46 parent link centres across Alberta that offer resources and supports to parents, Mr. Speaker. We will continue to support local strategies. And, Honourable Member, I want you to know that this means for your community as well there will be resources and support.
The Honourable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My last question to the same Minister. Minister, many in the community that work with child sexual abuse groups believe that work has been done in the domestic violence area that we can learn from. Can the Minister tell us what collaborative efforts to end domestic violence have been in place? Are they working? And if they are not, whether the Minister can commit to a strategy to ensure that they will work?
The Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. We do have a 10-year provincial plan through the Prevention of Family Violence and Bullying Strategy. It's currently in its 7th year. We have 9 ministries that are working closely, Mr. Speaker. They've been working with our community partners. Annually, there's more than $65 million that's allocated to this initiative. We continue to address our priorities to support our children and families in need. And, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you and I want to thank members of this Assembly for giving unanimous approval to our recent amendments to the Protection Against Family Violence Act, because that will make a difference in the way that this member is talking.
The Honourable Member.